Polar Explorer may be the best coaster at any Legoland park. Located at Legoland Billund, this Zier family coaster combines some decent thrills with fun visuals to offer a full experience. Find out why I'd love to see this coaster come to more Legoland parks in this review. Polar Explorer opened in 2012 as part of the park's brand new Polarland. This coaster was erected by Zier. It would use the company's elevated seating coaster or ESC system that featured raised seats and open trains. The lap bars are identical to those on Busch Gardens Williamsburg's Verbolten. Once lowered, they have some give to raise upwards slightly. But the trains on Polar Explorer are far more open on the fronts and sides, which leaves you more exposed. If you rode Bowcraft Playland's Crossbow, or you've ridden Schwalben Park's Force One, these trains are identical. Now let's talk about the theming. Parts are really good, others not so much. A large chunk of the ride takes place in and around the snow-capped mountain, and I think it looks really good and it creates an air of mystery around the experience. You can really only see the ride start prior to riding. Then you'll just hear some blood-curdling screams emanating from the mountain, and the ride's outdoor finale then passes some Lego statues, and the brakes go right past an adjacent penguin exhibit. I think the track is in need of a new coat of paint soon, but it doesn't look terrible yet. Then, while the station doesn't have too much to look at, it does capture the feel of a snow base. Lastly, most of the queue line takes place outdoors in direct sunlight. It was a missed opportunity not to theme the queue line better in my opinion, or at the very least enclose it. This coaster is decently popular, but since it's towards the back of Legoland, you can get short waits if you head there early. This coaster typically runs 2 trains, each seating 16 riders across 8 rows, and dispatches are quick thanks to the simple restraint system. If you want the best ride, I would recommend asking for the front. The forces are a bit stronger up there, and you get the unobstructed view for the theming. Once dispatched, you head up the 66-foot or 20-meter tall lift hill. The first drop then twists you 180 degrees left, and it offers some faint laterals towards the start, especially if you're in those back rows. The pullout has a rattle to it, but it's thankfully the only shaky spot in the whole ride. The rest of the coaster is smooth. Next is an elevated speed hill, and it actually manages to give some weak floater airtime across the train, which I wasn't really expecting on a Legoland coaster. Next is a 360-degree downward helix that pierces through the mountain. It offers some good positive Gs, much more so than I was expecting for a Legoland coaster, particularly in those front rows. The train then zips over another bunny hill. Like the first one, you get some faint airtime, and you also get a nice head chopper going through the mountain. The next part of the ride is a backstage area that really cannot be seen off-ride. You then go through a 360-degree upwards helix that gives comparable forces to the first one. You then turn towards a mid-course brake run and slowly crawl into the mountain. If you want to avoid spoilers, skip to the time shown on the screen. The inside of this mountain doesn't look very good, to be honest. It feels like the ride's budget ran out because you have these black tarps everywhere as opposed to the icy cavern I imagined. You do have a screen in front of you that plays a cartoony film about 2 Lego characters climbing, but all of a sudden, one of them falls, and moments later, you do too. Polar Explorer has Zier's first drop track. This 16-footer 5-meter tall freefall isn't too large, but it's sudden and it gives a quick freefall sensation. It's pretty similar to the other drop tracks out there in terms of forces. I knew it was coming, but you can tell a lot of people don't by their screams. At this point, the thrills are really over. You meekly turn outside and navigate a comically slow bunny hill. It feels like you're gonna valley, but you at least pass some Lego statues along the way. You then turn into the brake run, where you can see a penguin exhibit to your left. So this honestly is one ride where I don't mind if the trains stack. Usually you don't, but I'm just saying. This ends the 1,634 foot or 498 meter long coaster. So what would I rate Polar Explorer? I would give this dynamic Zier coaster a 7.5 out of 10. This ride does a lot of things well. You get some weak airtime and good positive forces on the helixes. Then you have some good visuals between the snow mountain, the statues, and that penguin exhibit. I just wish the coaster was a bit longer, and there are some aesthetic choices both on and around the attraction that contrast with the parts that look really great. I do think this is easily the best coaster at Legoland Billund, and it's the best one you can find at any Legoland park worldwide. I hope this ride finds its way to the US parks one day. So those are my thoughts on Polar Explorer at Legoland Billund. What are your thoughts on this icy roller coaster? Do you agree it's the best coaster at Legoland Park? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I'd appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.